G'day. Okay, I'd like to speak a little bit about visualization. As I've said before, life is a visualization of thoughts. A dream is visualized thoughts. The dream of mind, which is life, is a visualization of thoughts. Now, in geometrical thought harmonics, all pyramids represent focused creative thought or focused imagination. They're forms of sense. Okay, so have a tetrahedron pyramid. In the language of mind, geometrical thought harmonics represents common sense. Common sense. Common sense is unbiased. It's just a pure expression of imagination or creative thought. Focused imagination. Focused creative thought. It visualizes thoughts into the dream. So all forms of sense visualize thoughts. They are visualized thoughts. Common sense, motive-based sense, intellect-based sense, love-based sense. So common sense, an unbiased visualization, it just visualizes thoughts. DNA, the rungs of DNA are made up of tetrahedral pyramids, phosphates. Visualize thoughts, pure expression of imagination, common sense. Okay, visualization of thoughts. Now, a pentagon-based pyramid represents desire, which is motive-based focused creative thought or motive-based focused imagination, motive-based sense. Desire is a wish. It's a personal visualization. The pentagon-based pyramid, motive-based pyramid. Pentagon represents motive, personal thought, or consciousness. So desire represents a personal visualization. Motive-based focused imagination, a wish. A personal visualization is a wish. Then we have a square-based pyramid. Square represents intellect, which is receptive and constructive, takes on board and builds upon concepts. So, a square-based pyramid represents attitude, an intellect-based focused imagination or intellect-based focused creative thought. Represents attitude, the position a body takes in relation to an environment. Attitude, the position a body takes in relation to an environment. It's an intellect-based visualization. Intellect-based visualization. Okay. Now, sense itself is focused imagination, which means the sides of a pyramid, equilateral triangles, are focused to form an apex. That's focused creative thought or focused imagination. However, a center point hexagon, if you take a hexagon, place a point at the center of that hexagon, and then connect the outside points to that center point, it creates 6 equilateral triangles, all focused inwards to an agreement. So it's focused creative thought or focused imagination, but it's planar. It's not three-dimensional like other pyramids. It's a planar pyramid or a planar sense. Focused creative thought, it's love-based. The hexagon represents love. So it's love-based focused imagination or love-based focused creative thought. But because that forms an agreement on the planar level, it's a love-based sense agreement, a conclusive agreement of focused imagination. Okay, so life, visualization of thoughts, visualization of personal thoughts, of intellectual thoughts, of common thoughts, a common visualization. Now, the tetrahedron pyramid, common sense, an unbiased expression of creativity, an unbiased expression of focused imagination. A common visualization within the dream. What would that represent? A common visualization. Something that everyone can see, everyone can experience. A common visualization. Then you have personal visualizations. A pentagon-based pyramid, motive-based focused imagination, personal visualization, conscious visualization, Okay, so what am I getting to? What sort of a point am I trying to make here? How do we visualize our thoughts into the dream? We all experience this dream virtually in a similar way, but we can experience hallucinations, visualizations, but personal visualizations, private visualizations that no one else can see. Private visualizations, personal visualizations, desires, wishes, personal. So is that what manifests hallucinations? And we call them hallucinations, but they're just visualizations of thought that no one else can see. Sometimes visualizations of thought, attitude. Now, nature itself is an expression of attitude. It's an attitudinal expression of feeling, an attitudinal expression of emotional intelligence. So it's the position a body takes in relation to what has been suggestively taken on board and built upon through emotional intelligence. What has been suggestively taken on board and built upon through emotional intelligence, suggestive intelligence. Okay, so we're trying to figure out the visualization process. Visualization, concentration, and realization. V.C.R. Visualization, concentration, and realisation. So we visualise our thoughts. We focus on that visualisation, concentrate on that visualisation, what we wish to manifest into our so-called reality, as close as we'll get to what someone would call reality. Okay, visualisation. Now, visualisation, concentration, and from concentrating on that visualisation, it becomes a realisation. A realisation becomes real to us. The process of bringing something into reality, so-called visualisation, concentration, realisation. A realised manifestation of our thoughts. Focused creative thoughts. Focused imagination. This is what we're experiencing. A realisation of our thoughts. Now, so nature itself, as I said, it's an expression of attitude, an expression of square-based pyramids. Forms an octahedron. You take two square-based pyramids, connect them at their bases, creates an apex at the top, apex at the bottom, but by connecting them, it creates 6 points, and each of those points becomes an apex of a square-based pyramid. So there are 6 square-based pyramids, but because 2 of them are conjoined, they have the same base. It ends up with 3 squares of intellect expressed, focused emotional intelligence becomes suggestive. Emotion is suggestive, forms hypotheses. Okay, so that octahedron represents nature. So nature is a visualization of receptive and constructive thoughts. A visualization of what has been suggestively taken on board and built upon through emotional intelligence. Nature itself is a visualization. Visualize thoughts. Visualize feelings. Visualize feelings. Our feelings are expressed into reality. Our expressions of emotional intelligence expressed into reality. Attitude. The attitude of us. Now that octahedron also represents attitudinal behaviour. Feeling suggests behaviour. So it's an attitudinal expression of feeling. Feeling is an expression of emotional intelligence. It's suggestive. So an attitudinal expression of our feelings. Attitudinal behaviour. Attitudinal behaviour, which is nature. Nature, attitudinal behaviour. Now, the visualization process, very important. Everyone uses it without even realizing it. Well, they realize it when it manifests into reality. Everyone does it. Anyone with an ambition, will visualize what they wish to achieve. Sportsmen, politicians, anybody who has an ambition, a goal, will visualize what they wish to achieve. It's a visualization of their thoughts. It's a dream. When somebody has a dream, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. Dream. A visualization of thoughts. That's what a dream is. A visualization of thoughts. It's our reality. So, healing, we use the same process. If we can visualize our thoughts, focus on healing something in the body, an injury, a disease, some sort of illness, we focus on that injury, disease, or illness not being there, just disappearing, just not being there, going away, being healed. We simply focus on that injury, disease, illness, just going away, no longer existing in reality, being terminated from reality. Then we can heal ourselves. Now, the body heals itself anyway. And we're the ones that really upset the healing process by the way we think. Our way of thinking, our thoughts, can upset the healing process, retard the healing process. So if we support the healing process by the way we think, positive thinking, wishing, desiring to be healthy, a personal visualization of wanting to be healthy. The body, or the dream body, everything is just a visualization of thought. Our whole reality is just a visualization of thought. The body is our personal reality. It's a personal visualization of what we are, of how we think, our attitudes, our personality, our identified attitudinal behaviour. It's a visualization of our identified attitudinal behaviour. This is us. And we can upset that visualization, cause dis-ease within that visualization by our thoughts. Doubts, fears, all that sort of stuff can upset the visualization. And because our innate ability is to visualize our thoughts into the dream state, that's just our innate ability as pure potential. We visualize our thoughts, we dream, and we share that dream. All of these personalities, separate life forms, we all share the same dream. So we can visualize getting sick unintentionally through our way of thinking, getting depressed, sad, angry, all sorts of stuff can manifest something into the dream state to represent that dis-ease. So it'll manifest something in the body to represent the body not being at ease. Fearful, doubtful, unhappy, all that sort of stuff. But we can make it well again by doing the same thing. It's just visualizing our thoughts. Everything is. So if we can do that and just visualize, we don't have to create a methodology. We don't have to create steps on, well, we've got to do this, 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 and this to achieve that. All we need to do is see the end result. We need to visualize the end result. The same as what an athlete or anyone with an ambition does. They visualize what they wish to achieve, where they wish to be in 5 years, what they wish to have in 5 years, to achieve in a certain amount of time. They're all visualizing their desires, their wishes. So we can do the same thing, like I said, with healing. We just accept that we manifested the problem in the first place. Instead of looking for blame, oh, someone else did it. That's what it was. Oh, yeah, someone created this chemical and we sucked it in and then we got sick. We pollute this reality with our thoughts. That's what pollution represents. Polluted thoughts, diseased thoughts. So diseased thoughts are going to manifest something into the reality that we are experiencing, our dream state. It'll just manifest something to represent that disease, dis-ease. So by simply visualizing an injury not being there anymore, healing, a disease or illness not being anymore, healing, as in cancer, tumours, all that sort of stuff. Just visualize it not being there anymore. Just no longer real, no longer represented in the dream state. And it will sometimes very slowly, sometimes very quickly, but it will disappear. It will be healed. Like I said, the body heals anyway. We can just accelerate the healing process without going through all the stages and steps of how we want it to be, because it'll just heal the way it needs to heal in the best way possible, and it will just not be there. So our potential is incredible. Everything within this life was visualized by us, and it manifested into the dream state by our potential. That's what we do. We visualize our thoughts. So we can visualize a better reality, and we can visualize a better us, a less vulnerable us to deterioration, illness, disease, injury. We can visualize a better reality that isn't polluted, corrupted, diseased, by focusing the concentration, visualization, concentration, leading to realization. Concentrate on what we wish to manifest into our reality. That's just how everything works. We visualize our thoughts. Focused imagination. And So it's within our realm of probability rather than possibility. Possibility is simply what can happen, what's available, potential to use, whatever. But probability is determined by circumstances and conditions. If the circumstances and conditions, the condition being our mind, our state of mind, if our state of mind is supportive, in in the right condition, it's probable that something will occur. Probability, circumstances and conditions. So the condition of our mind will bring about the probability of what could manifest into the dream because of the condition of our mind. All these probabilities determined by condition, how we are conditioned, belief systems, all that sort of stuff. If we really believe something to be real, it can manifest in some way or form into the dream state. But there's something about our DNA. Like I said, the backbone of our DNA is formed by tetrahedron pyramids. Unbiased visualization, common visualization. It simply visualizes what's on the rungs of that DNA, which is pentagons and hexagons. Hexagons are programs. Pentagon represents motive, personal thought, or consciousness. So those tetrahedron pyramids represent in the dream, because everything is symbolic of a state of mind, a way of thinking, design of thought within the dream state. It's all symbolic. So those tetrahedron pyramids, the backbone of DNA, represent visualization. Visualizes our personal or motivational programs. Motivational programming brings that motivational programming into a visualized state, focused creative thought, focused imagination. Brings those personal programs, those conscious programs, those motive-based programs into a visual reality. Creates us, our personal thoughts, visualizing into a realized state. Personal reality, a personality. That's us. So we can reprogram our DNA. We can reprogram those motives, those personal thoughts, those conscious thoughts. We can manifest, visualize consciousness. Visualize consciousness. We're here. This is us. We're awake. So-called. It's just a dream. It's just a dream. We can make ourselves sick through our dreams. We can make ourselves well through our dreams, through our visualizations of thought. anything is possible. Probability, like I said, determined by the condition of our mind, how aware we are of our own potential, how aware we are of how that potential manifests, how it becomes real. Okay. I just wanted to emphasize that visualization process, because I don't think people put enough importance on it because they don't understand the importance of it to start with. That everything is a visualization of our thoughts. That a lot of people just don't understand that. And to take personal responsibility for our shared contribution to this reality is very important. Not passing blame off to everybody else and say, oh, it wasn't me, that was them. Yep, I'm a good guy. Everything, all of our thoughts have consequences. They can visualize into this reality in some way or form. Visualize something into this reality to represent that way of thinking. Disturbed thinking, fearful thinking, ignorant thinking, or very aware and intelligent thinking. This is it. This is a product of all of that, of all of our contributions, all of those visualizations. So, like I said, for healing, someone said, and I can't remember who it was actually, but physician, heal thyself. One of the old philosophers. Physician, heal thyself. Doctor, heal thyself. Healer, heal thyself. We're all doing it anyway. And like I said, we just interfere with the process. Retard it, stuff it up, or support it, enhance it, accelerate it. Okay. I think that's all that I wanted to say, how important that visualization process. V.C.R, video cassette recorder. Remember the V.C.R, the acronym, video cassette recorder? Visualization, concentration, realization. Visualization of our thoughts. Video cassette recorder plays movies, stories that have been visualized into a virtual reality. V.C.R. Visualization, concentration, realization. It's an important skill to understand. We're doing it anyway, without the understanding, but it's important to understand it. Important to own it, to accept it as ours, our potential. Everything in this dream, all the story writers, all the people telling their stories, writing books, making movies, it's all the same thing. This is a story unfolding and we're all contributing to it. Every one of us contributing to the story that unfolds, and we call that story life. So what we contribute to it is very, very important if we want a better reality, or we want to write nightmare books, horror movies, horror stories, We're doing that anyway. Every time we get an illness, disease, or an injury, it's a horror story, a nightmare. We need to change this nightmare into a beautiful dream, something that represents the best of our potential, all contributing to it consciously, knowingly, in an understanding form. Self-awareness, being aware of the self, what we are, what our potential is. Not competing, not blaming everyone else. Simply contributing to the unfolding story in a better way. Like I said, most people are doing it anyway through their dreams, their conscious dreams, their ambitions, their goals, what they wish to achieve. Same damn thing. Just not aware of how real it is. How much potential we have to create better stories by realizing the ones we've already created are crap. We can do better because we're the actors in the stories as well, in the movies. We have to experience that shared dream. If we want to experience something better, we better wake up to ourselves and start thinking better. Okay, I'll leave it there, and hopefully I helped to explain it a little bit better, or hopefully, and we'll catch up.